right, Conrad, let's get into today's video. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Shoe Care Academy video. I'm Jonny Bubbles, and today I'm gonna be showing you guys how to apply a pair of sole shields onto these Jordan 11 Legend Blue lows. So without further ado, let's get bubbly. So we're gonna go ahead and just take them right out the box and talk about the shoe a little bit. So you already know this shoe was originally released back in 2014 as a mid, or I guess you'd call it mid, right? But some people will call it highs. But this is a perfect summer shoe in my opinion. Of course, we got that nice patent leather upper. You got the regular upper as well. Instead of like the mesh material that normally comes on like the Concords, the tongue is still mesh. And of course, we got that nice icy blue bottom. Now I know a lot of you guys probably don't like the blue. Some of you guys prefer the OG clear, but the blue really helps prevent that yellowing from happening. So let's go ahead and pull them both out of the box. Packaging is definitely nice. Now, I'm a fan of the Jordan 11 OG boxes with the slip and then the little plastic thing that comes with it, but these are nice, for sure. All right, now that we're done talking about the shoe, let me know in the comment section below, is this one that you're gonna be rocking this summer, or is there something else on the list that you'll be rocking instead? So let's talk about the materials that are included in the Sole Shield kit, and then the materials needed to go ahead and apply the Sole Shield film. So first off, you're gonna receive 2 Sole Shield slips that fit up to about a size 13. You're gonna receive 4 traction pads, 2 for each shoe, 2 alcohol prep pads, and that's pretty much all that comes in the kit. Now the items needed are gonna be a Sharpie or a pen, a pair of scissors, and a heat gun. You definitely need a heat gun. It doesn't have to be as crazy as this one. You can find one at your local hardware store for around 12 bucks. Just make sure it's above 600 watts. For this video, I am only gonna apply the Sole Shield to the right shoe and put the left one to the side. Now I'm gonna wear the shoes for about a week, and in the next video, I'll show you guys what it looks like to have a shoe with it on and with it off. So let's go ahead and flip this Sole Shield film over. Now you wanna make sure that the Sole Shield film is facing matte side up. Now there is a matte side and a shiny side. The shiny side, you want it down. And before I go ahead and put the shoe on there to get traced on, I'm gonna take an alcohol prep pad and clean the entire sole. Now these are dead stock, however, because there's oil on my hands, it definitely got onto the shoe. So we wanna make sure to get it as clean as possible. I think I'm done cleaning the entire outsole, so I'm gonna toss that over there. Now the next step is to put the shoe on the matte side of the film. I like to typically put it somewhere in the center. You don't have to be so perfect, but just make sure there's enough for the toe cap and the heel as well. And of course the sides. Now I am gonna be using a Sharpie, but you wanna be careful you don't mark the sides. So I would honestly recommend just using a pen, but I've been doing this for 10 years, so I'm gonna use a Sharpie, and hopefully I don't mark the side and embarrass myself in this video. All right, there you go, guys. Here is what it should look like when you're done. Now don't worry about it being like completely perfect. It doesn't have to be, as you can see right here. Didn't line up exactly, but that's totally fine. Now, it's gonna vary on how you wanna cut the Sole Shield. I'm all about protecting the shoe as much as possible, so I like to cut on the outside of the trace line. What this is gonna allow it to do is go up a little higher on the midsole and actually give it a little bit more protection than if you were to cut it on the inside of the trace line or right on it, because if that's the case, it will be super short here and you do risk the chance of more dirt getting inside of that Sole Shield. So I would highly recommend cutting on the outside of the trace mark instead of the inside. So there you go, guys. I went ahead and cut on the outside of the trace marks. As you can see, I didn't go too far out, but just enough to where you can still see the trace marks. Now it's time to peel it apart. Now you want to make sure you don't get your fingers too much on the sticky end, just because it can remove some of that stickiness. All right guys, I have the sole shield on top of the outsole. Now before I apply any pressure, you wanna make sure that the shoe is evenly covered with the sole shield. Now it doesn't really matter if you wanna go further back, you can. Most people get heel drag, so I like to be a little bit further back to the heel and not worry so much about the toe cap. But if you're one to always kick, then definitely go a little bit further. Now, one of the most important things about placement of the sole shield is making sure that it's evenly covered on the outside and not so much on the heel or the toe cap. And the main reason for that is because dirt tends to seep in from the sides more than it does on the heel and the toe. So now I'm gonna go ahead and apply pressure before I apply heat. And then once everything sticks to the outsole, I'll grab the heat gun and we'll go back over it with the heat. Now the last step is to apply the traction pads. So all you have to do is just peel these apart. Remember, you do get 2 for each shoe, but since I am only doing the right shoe, I don't need the other 2 right now. I like to place one on the heel. And the other on the forefront of the shoe. All right guys, that's gonna go ahead and wrap it up for today's video. Let me go ahead and show you guys a side-by-side comparison of what it looks like with the sole shield on and of course with it off. Now remember, it is gonna protect the outsole from getting yellow, so that's a good perk about applying sole shields to icy bottoms. Now if you like the yellowing, then definitely don't apply sole shields. But if you like today's video, make sure you hit that like button. If you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I'm Jonny Bubbles, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.